Over the years, Peter Griffin proves time and time again that he is the undisputed king of cartoon chaos. But his absurd antics and harebrained schemes regularly result in some of the most hilarious and iconic comedy on television.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Lois, this is not my Batman class.
Today, we are breaking down the funniest Peter Griffin moments in Family Guy. Let's start the show. Starting off with Season 6, Episode 8, Mixed Stroke. What happens when you combine an impromptu mustache, a case of mistaken identity, and an unlimited supply of fast food burgers? You get a massive medical emergency and one wildly absurd corporate rescue mission. In this episode, Peter's facial hair choices set off a hilarious chain of events that leads to corporate espionage and a surprisingly quick miracle cure. The wildly hilarious storyline kicks off while Cleveland is out of town, leaving Peter tasked with the simple job of picking up his neighbor's mail.
Boy, Cleveland gets a lot of magazines. Grape Soda Today, Orange Soda Quarterly, The Fruit Punch Reader.
While looking through the deliveries, Peter becomes heavily inspired by a magazine dedicated entirely to the class and grace of mustaches. Deciding it's time for a drastic change, he somehow manages to grow a fully formed, highly questionable mustache in a single day.
Oh my God, Dad, what's on your face?
Meg, it goes by many names, but I prefer the term mustache.
Oh, I think it's sexy.
Completely skipping the awkward growth phase. Brian is quick to judge the new look, bluntly stating that it makes Peter look gay. Peter instantly fires back with a classic defense, claiming that if he is gay, then Freddie Mercury must have been gay too. Peter's obvious lack of musical knowledge aside, the mustache gives him a massive confidence boost.
It's a mustache kind of morning, Chris. I watch the sunrise in my jeans, jean shirt, and jean jacket.
Gosh, mustache culture is pretty cool.
As you mentioned in your episode breakdown, this new upper lip hair leads to a wild case of mistaken identity.
My God, there's somebody trapped inside! Wait, if I go in there, I could get hurt. No, with great mustache comes great responsibility.
Where Peter is actually praised as a heroic firefighter.
Bless you, sir. You saved my life.
But at what cost? At what cost?
To thank him for his service, a grateful fast food restaurant owner rewards Peter with unlimited burgers. Never one to pass up free food, Peter makes the terrible decision to absolutely push the limits of human consumption, scarfing down 30 burgers in a single hour. Unsurprisingly, his body completely rejects this, and Peter suffers a massive medical emergency.
Doctor, what happened?
Mrs. Griffin, your husband has had a stroke.
Oh my God. Peter, sweetheart, how do you feel?
Stuck dealing with the heavy physical consequences of his binge eating, Peter is desperate for a quick fix. He eventually goes to a stem cell research facility to try out a highly experimental treatment. After getting injected, Peter miraculously makes a full recovery in about 5 minutes.
Sweetheart, that's incredible. And it only took 5 minutes?
I went in there, they injected me with a little bit of that fetal crap, and bam! Good old gambling man Peter.
Completely stunned by how incredibly fast and effective the treatment is, Peter delivers the universally relatable and iconic line, "Why are we not funding this?" Fully healed and out for revenge against the fast food company that nearly took his life, Peter decides to completely take them down from the inside. Following the rest of the storyline you outlined, he goes on an absurd undercover mission to infiltrate the Burger Corporation's headquarters, ultimately discovering their dark secret and freeing a massive, genetically engineered cow to save the day.
And thank you, Peter, for all you've done to help expose this grave injustice.
Where will you go now, Mr. Cow?
Next up is Season 2, Episode 18, E Peterbus Unum. What happens when the city tells Peter Griffin he can't build a swimming pool in his own backyard? He casually secedes from the United States. In this episode, a simple zoning error gives Peter the ultimate excuse to declare his property a sovereign micronation, making himself the absolute president. The wildly chaotic storyline kicks off when Peter becomes incredibly jealous after noticing his neighbors receiving massive tax refunds.
No, I just got a big tax refund. Uncle Sam sent me $500.
I got $600.
I got $850.
Feeling entirely left out of the financial windfall, Peter decides he absolutely needs a huge refund of his own, specifically so he can build a brand new swimming pool in his backyard. It's a classic Peter move, seeing someone else with something nice and immediately acting like a man-child to get his way.
Everybody, my tax refund is here. I'm gonna buy us something we've always wanted.
A cat?
A stereo?
A pool?
Unfortunately, his grand aquatic plans hit a massive brick wall when he quickly learns that he isn't actually entitled to a tax refund at all.
Well, Mr. Griffin, you don't owe any additional money, but unfortunately, you're not entitled to a refund. Mr. Griffin, are you okay?
I guess the IRS doesn't just hand out free pool money to guys who just want to goof off. Determined to get his pool anyway, Peter completely ignores this financial setback and tries to start building it himself.
By God, I may not be able to give my family a vibrating doll, but at least I can give them a pool.
But he is immediately shut down yet again when he discovers that city codes explicitly forbid pools in his specific residential area.
Well, I fixed the power line, but the town zoning laws prohibit building a pool back there.
What are you talking about? It's my yard.
Never one to back down from a petty grievance, especially when he's been told no. A disappointed Peter decides to take matters into his own hands and fight City Hall head-on. It just goes to show that Peter will literally fight the government before accepting defeat on a home improvement project.
You're here about your pool. Step into my office. I'm here to serve the fine citizens of Quahog. It'll be my pleasure to give you a permit.
However, while looking over the official city records to plead his case, Peter stumbles upon a shocking bureaucratic oversight. There is absolutely no record of his property anywhere in the city maps.
Sorry, but according to this map, you're not even part of these United States.
Because his property technically isn't in the city records, he decides to take full advantage of this massive zoning error. Peter officially secedes from the United States, declares his land an independent country, and completely appoints himself as the absolute president.
Here you go, Mr. President. Oh, Peter, that tickles me in a way that if Loretta tickled me in that way...
It's one of the most hilariously absurd power trips in the show's history, proving that Peter will literally rewrite international borders and risk a federal standoff just to take a dip in his own backyard. Next up is Season 2, Episode 20, Wasted Talent. What happens when Peter goes on a massive, relentless search for a brewery tour ticket? He accidentally uncovers a hidden, highly intoxicated musical talent that Lois is more than happy to intensely exploit. In Season 2, Episode 20, Wasted Talent, Peter's obsession with adult beverages turns him into a classical piano prodigy, and Lois completely abandons her parental morals just to win a local competition. The wildly absurd storyline kicks off when the local brewery holds a contest, hiding a winning ticket in a bottle that promises a grand tour and free drinks for life.
And did you guys hear that? Imagine seeing the inside of the Pawtucket Patriot Brewery.
Forget it, Peter. You don't have a chance.
Yeah, you never win anything.
Peter immediately goes on a massive binge to find the winning ticket, consuming hundreds of bottles and staying up all night.
Peter, it's 7 in the morning.
Thanks for the update, Big Ben.
Which understandably annoys Lois. After hearing the neighborhood cheer because Joe found one of the tickets, Peter realizes his odds have dropped significantly. He finishes his final bottle and comes up empty-handed, but by a stroke of pure, unadulterated luck, he manages to stumble upon the final remaining ticket anyway. Overjoyed, he runs home as fast as his legs can carry him to celebrate the victory. Meanwhile, Lois is dealing with her own intense, petty rivalry. She desperately wants to beat her nemesis, Alexis Radcliffe.
Lois?
Oh, hello, Alexis.
Heard you might not enter the competition this year.
Smart move.
At the upcoming Quahog piano recital, a competition where Lois always seemingly takes second place, left high and dry without any good students to play for her.
Come on, Meg. The competition is this Sunday and you're not even close to ready.
Maybe if you loosen my chains?
We tried that, remember, honey?
Lois is ready to give up until she makes a shocking discovery. She realizes that when Peter is completely inebriated, he miraculously transforms into a literal piano-playing prodigy.
Meg, you're free. ready. Try the clarinet. Keep playing. Keep playing.
Seeing a golden opportunity, Lois completely throws her concern for Peter's physical health right out the window. She actually forces Peter to continue his massive drinking binge just to prepare for the recital.
Go pick up a case of beer. We've got a lot of practicing to do.
Practicing? What for?
The competition. You're gonna be my first champion.
Letting her fierce competitive drive completely overpower her better judgment. However, on the night of the big competition, they hit a massive roadblock. They are informed they are in a dry county, meaning there are absolutely no adult beverages available to buy anywhere. Refusing to let Alexis win, Lois and Peter take extreme measures and crash a local high school party just to score some drinks.
Consume.
I love you so much.
This sucks! The teenage festivities are quickly busted by the authorities, but drunk, Peter manages to hilariously outsmart the cops by simply yelling, "Look over there!" and running away. They rush back to the recital just in time.
Make you feel beautiful, Lois.
Oh, Peter, stop. Try to stay focused.
Where Lois makes sure Peter is properly buzzed, giving him a little extra sip for good luck. Peter takes the stage and performs beautifully, proving that Lois can be just as chaotic and boundary-pushing as her husband when a shiny first-place trophy is on the line.
The lesson here is that abusing alcohol has absolutely no negative consequences. You have your trophy, and my brain cells are just fine.
Where is everybody?
Next up is Season 5, Episode 18. Meet the Quagmires. What happens when Peter Griffin gets a little too jealous of Quagmire's single lifestyle and uses literal time travel to relive his youth? He accidentally alters the timeline and completely loses his wife to his best friend. In this episode, Peter's desire to party changes the course of history, forcing him to fight Quagmire to win his family back. The wildly chaotic storyline kicks off at the Drunken Clam, where Peter is feeling incredibly envious of Quagmire's carefree, bachelor lifestyle.
I was dating Lois the whole time. I never got to be wild, except for that time I rode the mechanical bull at that bar. Oh my God!
While Peter is airing out his regrets about not being wild in his youth, the bartender, Horace, takes a nasty fall while trying to fix the TV. This accident summons our old pal Death, who mistakenly shows up thinking Horace had died.
Step aside, Junior. Nope, he's just knocked out. Damn, I drove all the way out here. I had to cancel another appointment.
Seeing a golden opportunity, Peter asks Death to do him a massive solid. Send him back in time to 1984 so he can be 18 again for just one night.
What the? Where are we? Oh my God, this is Newport Country Club.
Transported back to a neon-soaked 1984, Peter and Brian find themselves hanging out at the country club pool. But instead of focusing on his future wife, Peter makes a terrible, timeline-altering decision. He cancels his date with Lois so he can go party with Cleveland.
Lois, we got the rest of our lives for me to not hear a word you just said, but tonight I got plans with Cleveland.
But we had a date.
Enjoying his night on the town, Peter ends up making out with 80s movie icon Molly Ringwald.
Are you Molly Ringwald?
Yeah, how's it going?
Wow, you're the biggest star in the world right now. What are you doing here?
Oh, I like to hook up with random bar guys.
But when Death returns Peter and Brian to the present, Peter discovers his selfish actions have caused a massive ripple effect. Back in the present day, Peter is shocked to find he is now married to Molly Ringwald.
You, what are you doing in my bed?
Peter, it's me. Molly, your wife?
Molly Ringwald? You're my wife?
Al Gore is the president, and Chevy Chase is hosting The Tonight Show. But the most horrifying discovery of all is that Lois is now married to Quagmire.
Come here, baby. Let's head upstairs and play hide and go.
Brian, what the hell is going on?
To make matters infinitely worse, Chris, Meg, and Stewie have all inherited Quagmire's unmistakable massive chin and creepy mannerisms. Lois explains that Peter always wanted to party with his friends, while Quagmire was always there to make her feel loved.
That's why I married you. Let's go upstairs and do it.
Okay!
Brian, acting like Doc Brown in Back to the Future, explains to Peter that he has to fix the timeline, but they need Death to grant them another trip. Luckily, Jane Jetson suddenly drops dead on the sidewalk, allowing Death to grant Peter another shot. Returning to 1984, Peter tries to make things right, but true to form, he screws up his dates with Lois again and again, exhausting Death to the point where the Grim Reaper refuses to grant any more do-overs.
If you don't want to spend time with me, Peter, that's fine, but at least don't make me wait up all night for you.
Fed up with Peter's antics, Lois decides to move on to her backup plan and attend the country club dance with Glenn.
You deserve better than Peter. You deserve a gentleman.
Oh, Glenn, you're so sweet. Oh, Something poked me.
It's okay, it's okay.
With the stakes higher than ever, Peter and Brian sneak into the country club dance by crawling through an air vent, ultimately crashing through the ceiling and injuring one of the band members. Brian, ever the multitasker, steps in to play guitar while Peter confronts Quagmire on the dance floor. Lois tells Peter he blew his chance, leaving Peter with only one trick left up his sleeve. Tapping into his territorial, caveman passion, Peter violently punches Quagmire right in the face and plants a surprise kiss on Lois, asking her to marry him. This bold, caveman-style move is somehow incredibly romantic to Lois.
Oh, Peter, that was so passionate. Well, I didn't know I meant that much to you.
And she happily accepts, instantly restoring their timeline and saving the future. In a brilliant finale, Brian decides to celebrate by playing a song from the future, successfully rickrolling the entire 1980s audience with Never Gonna Give You Up. Everything returns to normal back in the present day, except for one hilarious, unexplained twist. Roger from American Dad is now inexplicably living with the Griffins.
Wow, Peter, that's an amazing story. And I'm touched that you went through so much trouble just to be with me.